Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Hades 2. We are going to be taking the aspect of Selene on the black coat, and we're going to be attempting a second trial, or, well, a second attempt at Vow of Rivals Scylla, who absolutely demolished us in the last attempt with this exact build. Now, I do acknowledge that the black coat with aspect of Selene early game is really rough. So we're going to try and take Blitz and do our best.
I noted that your father and I thought of something suitable for Kronos, for I do not want him here. He shall preside over the Isles of the Blessed, near to Elysium, in your domain. An honorary post befitting one of his experience.
So basically, you're trying to give him a post that sounds good and just tuck him away for no one to see. Fair enough. I mean, he'll probably be happy with it because at least it lets him be close to family and feel important. I don't know. I could see this going the way of the Monkey King in that he got a post that he realizes is just in name and not much else. And definitely take it personally. No matter. Well, I'm sure we will have more to hear about that from Kronos himself soon enough, and maybe he'll just be grateful for the opportunity to have something to do. I don't know, like, when you are an immortal with endless time at your disposal, what do you do with yourself? I couldn't even imagine.
Good find.
Let's see, there's Selene. We'll go for this Path of Stars because we need to be able to use our Hex for this weapon to even be relevant. We do need an early magic generation boon soon, too. I took Zeus's special because I do think blitz damage here on the special will do a lot. The special itself is kind of hard to build around, especially without magic regen early.
I heard you speak the vow of rivals at the oath of the unseen. Then you shall soon confront your headmistress in all her dark glory. How she longed that you would gain the strength to face her thus.
That's a nice sentiment that we have grown enough to earn, to accomplish what Hecate would want from us. Anyway, whenever you use Omega attacks, one random foe is struck is affected by your Hex. Let's see, are there any things that during your Hex take 20% damage reduction? That would be pretty good for us. Or single target damage is also pretty solid. I think I will... I'm going to assume that our Hex does do a fair bit of damage as we level it up. So I think we'll go that route for now. So now I will deal more damage with Omega moves, more damage with Omega moves. There we go. Okay.
Selene's hidden strength.
And we definitely go for HP. We need survivability very early on. Of course, we get free HP, which we can't even use. It would be cool if they made a mechanic where if you got an HP up like that, they gave you a little bit of max HP. Even if it's only 5, that would be really nice so that the HP isn't entirely wasted. And for a lot of players, they're not going to ever see that max HP up happen. Because even if I have acknowledged that Hades 2 and Hades 1 are casually relatively approachable for me, I know for a lot of people these games are really hard. I mean, and for that matter, when I first... Oh, I couldn't tell that I couldn't go through that ground there. I'm going to pop all of these sacks before I start DPSing things, because it does spawn enemies. There are all our enemies. Jeez, I am taking a lot of damage. Yeah, unfortunately, the black coat feels really weak unless you get a good build going early. It certainly can scale into insanity, but early game, it feels very rough to play. Do I take that HP? I don't think I do. I want to save my money for a boon if I can. We need early game power very badly if we're going to even have a chance against Scylla. Only the shiny egg sacks give us things, and they don't always give us things. Okay, hi, Arachne. Give us something good, please.
You seem distant, Arachne. Is everything all right? Is this about my aiding the Olympians?
Wait, what do you mean you're aiding the Olympians? I thought you said it was the other way around. They're helping you.
Reciprocation. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's reciprocity. Wow, I said it. Okay, reciprocity is the nature of the Greek gods, it seems.
Same difference, isn't it? A mutual exchange, like a friendship. There must be reciprocity. But I know this puts you in a terrible position, and I would never take your support for granted.
I'm impressed, Mel. You were able to say it more easily than I guess since you fall into the Greek god category, you probably have practice with that word.
You may know all about the gods, more than I, but it seems you have a thing or two to learn still when it comes to friendship. Even a little old spider knows that. Now have a dress.
The friend of my enemies is my enemy. Fortunately, I guess she's still being friendly with us, but she definitely feels a bit bitter about it. Let's see. Restore 5 magic every 1 second would help us a lot, and I could play really safe with it that way. I think we'll go Azure Dress then, but Moonlight Dress would also be decent because it makes us recharge our Hex sooner. But I do think Azure Dress is the way to go here. 40 armor. There's a shop. There's Poseidon. Do I have anything Poseidon would offer that I want? Mid shop is kind of wasted on us. I'm going to roll this door and see what other gods we get. Aphrodite, sure, I'll take Aphrodite. She has a lot of good supporting boons, some good damage for our base attack. I could see this working in our favor. So I think the way I play this is I charge up an Omega special and then I bail out, and then I bail back in once things are charged. Once I play a little safe, but I dash in for a dash attack, drop my cast, and then bail out. All right, Hex is live. Let's drop it. Hopefully this does something. What if the Hex is kind of bad too? I'm not impressed by this weapon thus far.
You won the war for us. At least I think we won. Perhaps we didn't if these ugly satyrs and the like are not about to leave yet, but you definitely did do something. Oh, this is all too much.
Maybe the strategy is drop the Hex and then hold Omega attack to block incoming damage so that we're near things. This is tempting. Rapture Ring is incredible, but Secret Crush at epic tier is very appealing to me. Heartthrob isn't bad either because I am going to be burning magic very quickly. 120 damage per Heartthrob, and I'm going to be burning 40 magic. Maybe not so reliably. I think Secret Crush is the place to go. Bonus 9 damage on our attacks, prime 20 magic. I honestly think, I don't know, because 9 base damage isn't a whole lot, and we don't attack quickly. So this doesn't actually add up as much as it sounds. I think I'll take Heartbreaker. I think I will take Heartbreaker. Those Heartthrobs are going to do damage, especially if I'm going to play with that dash into enemies sort of approach.
Don't be frightened.
Should let us pop Blitz immediately if we tap them with a Heartthrob. We'll try it. If I recall, Zeus and Aphrodite both have incredible synergy with each other because they give air boons, and they both have pretty solid air infusion boons. Although I guess, what is it? I'm forgetting his Zeus's infusion, but I know it's maybe not as good as I initially thought on first impression. Be it as it may, I think I'm gonna be okay with my options, and frankly, we have Aphrodite in the pool, which is very good for us. She's gonna offer us a lot in the way of damage in the long run. And survivability. She's actually a pretty solid god. I don't think she does anything incredibly well, but she doesn't do anything poorly either. She's a very good supporting god, and she has some very good high damage modifiers. So I guess that is one thing in her favor. She has some of the highest damage modifiers in the game. Unfortunately, did take a hit there. Our first hit of the armor. Okay, here's Chaos versus a hammer. Chaos, I feel like, doesn't offer us enough. A hammer could give us some very good early game power, as well as scale into late game pretty well, so we'll go for this risky. It's not even risky, but it's actually less risky, frankly, because I don't have to worry about the... What is the word? I don't have to worry about the damage that we can take from Chaos. Granted, it hits our red HP under the armor, which I'm very glad for, because I didn't think it used... I feel like it didn't used to do that, and I feel like that's silly, just to waste armor for Chaos. It hurts a lot. It makes it almost not worth taking sometimes, because armor is just such an incredible defensive tool. Now, I will say, I am far more tired than I deserve to feel. Let's see, more on that in a second. Damage to armor, Omega Special, locks on faster and uses less magic. I feel like we're going to have to play safe, so that might be the best option. Reaper Flame sounds fun, though. 10 power, though, is, again, maybe a little bit more lackluster than I'd like it to be. So let's take Sudden Salvo. Since I'm building around the Omega Special right now, I think it only makes sense that we do that. And then, ooh, a trial to gain a Path of Stars. Heck yeah. I assume I have to not get hit for this. Oh, no, mini-boss. Okay. Well, I guess champion enemy type thing. So the way these work is, as long as I kill them, I get the reward. He does have a little angry Chronos Orb, so I think I just spam special. Maybe drop a Hex here, see how much that did. Yeah, you have to be standing surprisingly close for your Hex to hit. It does last a fair bit of time, so I think the optimal strategy is charge up Omega attack. The only downside to that is Omega attack needs magic, and I don't have a lot of magic yet. We have the dress charging up magic at least, so I do have some regen. All right, let's see. Whenever you use Omega moves, one random nearby foe is struck by the effect of your Hex. I do think that's pretty good because our Hex does make it so that our Omega moves do subsequently more damage. I can't reach that end slate though, so is there anything else I want more? I think we just build towards it because that's pretty solid all around. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna focus on HP for now because I need survivability more than anything. We're gonna just play super safe with this build. So yeah, I'm going to try and make Aspect of Selene work, and we'll see if we beat Scylla. If we beat Scylla, I feel pretty confident about the rest of the run because Cerberus shouldn't be too bad, and Cronus I can definitely manage, especially because at that point I will have enough boons to be a threat of some nature, one would hope. I knew that attack was going to hit me, and I still ran face first into it. I really do have the option of just playing back, but I do. These enemies have too little HP for me not to do dash attacks. I think it's more than reasonable. All right, let's see. Hermes or coin? Sacrificial boons. I don't think I need any of that. So coin or Hermes. I'll take Hermes because I have enough money to afford the shot before the boss. And again, we really do need to stack as much as we can early game to up our survivability or our damage potential, because Scylla is going to be scary with this weapon if we are not stacked up. Honestly, Hecate too. I shouldn't downplay how tough Hecate can be, and if I get overzealous and see a Zagreus offering, I may very well be inclined to take it again, even though I definitely shouldn't, because he's going to absolutely rock our socks if I don't have enough to fight him with. He's definitely a risk-reward system. He's like Charon was back in Hades 1, and I need to weigh the pros and cons.
I'm liking this new Gramps of ours much better than the mean old Kronos from before. You'll have to tell me sometime how you turned his world upside down to make him be this way. Heck hasn't said a thing.
All right, let's see what we get. Nimble limbs, attack special, caster faster, nitro boost, dash more. I feel like dashing is probably going to be the more valuable of the things because I need to be able to move and get out of damage, although we do already have special speed up. I think I'm still taking Stutter Step. I'm going to take that.
Little spring in my step.
25% more dashing just sounds dashing. All right, let's see. We get Hestia here. Honestly, Smoldering would do a ton of damage for us. I would love to see that here.
You really have to pay that Charon character in these situations. What sort of daft system is that? What, no blessings for the poor? Doesn't seem fair at all.
Meritocracy and socioeconomic things aside, I mean, that is kind of the nature of the world, unfortunately. Or I guess not maybe putting those aside at all. Smoldering. Snuffed Candle is a very tempting offer too, but I feel like Smoldering will do more for me here. Gives us a lot of it gives us a lot of damage through the whole run. Like, I don't have to put any palms onto us. It just does that much damage.
There's not much glory in confronting adversaries one-to-one. I myself invoke shades of the dead to alter the odds. Some may well favor you instead. Perhaps some pets rather than shades?
Perhaps if I brought with me a legion of animal familiars next time, Headmistress. Not that any beast would bear its fangs at you.
I know at least 5, and I am finally getting the animal familiars. Oh my goodness, I have waited so long. How are we on to run like 25 and only now getting animal familiars?
You jest, yet a familiar may be of considerable benefit given all that you have to do. A possibility to think upon once you are rid of me.
Oh, trust me, we'll be rid of you soon. I'm gonna go ahead and punch. I'm gonna drop that. I don't think Scorch can pop Blitz. I should actually confirm that, because that would be pretty busted if it could. Trying to use as much Omega... Oh no, shoot. Oh goodness. Shoot. Oh goodness. So yeah, I am definitely feeling more tired than I really should, considering the fact that I have slept the best I've in a while, and I didn't even have melatonin in my system, which is really the crazy thing for me. I don't know where the real one is. Oh, she's right in the center. Okay. Easy enough to dodge this. Focus on killing your friends if I can. Focus on taking hits that don't need... I do need to be mindful that I do not have a good way of regenerating magic if I do lose my armor here. So more than anything, I focus on not getting hit and then dealing damage secondarily to that. One good Omega special should pop these guys, because even if I don't kill them, Blitz will after the fact. We've got 1 hit left on the magic. I don't think that's the real one down there. I think it's the leftmost one. Oh, it's you. You in the center there. Oh gosh, well, there goes our armor. So I no longer have a way of regenerating magic. And I don't think I got the... I should have... You know what? I messed up. I should have prioritized getting the you automatically generate magic from for your hex, because without that, the hex takes forever to build up. So I do think we take Path of Stars into the next floor. I think that will help us a lot. Oh, I forgot about this. I move really fast. Oh, that moves faster. That moves faster. Darn it. I'm a piggy. I wonder if Hecate did this as like a joke when Mel was a kid to play with her. I could imagine that. I bet Kid Mel would have loved to be turned into animals. I guess the pig was her favorite after all. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm fine. I don't think I'm going to die here. I really doubt I'm losing a Death Defiance here. It is a shame that we lost our armor, so I do need to pretty desperately hunt for a magic regen boon sooner than later too. Don't want Aphrodite. Zeus is okay, but not my favorite, just because he forces us to hold still for a second to pick up the magic regen, and I suspect we're going to be burning through magic pretty quickly. Having glowing coal on the table from Hestia isn't bad, though. I will acknowledge that. Which one of you is the real one? I don't know. It's not you. I think it's the leftmost one over here. Yep, there you are. Just trying to... Honestly, if I just keep her in the cast, the Scorch damage will add up and probably do the most for us out of anything. She's just out of range of the cast there, unfortunate. I think we've just about got her. Or not, I'm out of magic, but we do have our Hex, so... There we go. The Hex does good damage, it's just really risky to use.
Do bring an animal familiar along next time, if but to keep things livelier for me. We have the means to keep them safe, even in scuffles such as these.
We have been joined...
Familiar spirits. They should work on Phrynos.
We have been joined by Kiwi of the present, and soon we will be joined by Phrynos of the future.
Perhaps only the moon herself can see this exceptionally hidden grove bordering Erebus, wherein practitioners of ancient sorcery may hone their craft to the fullest.
I'm
Alrighty.
seeing it just fine.
So will we see Sandpappy here today? Let's see.
Granddaughter.
Hello, Grandpappy.
These are the possibilities of you whom I face. It's strange to speak with them as though none of this occurred.
Oh, very much so, yes. However, that is the reason they are possibilities and nothing more. Thus you may humor them before proceeding with the quite unpleasant bit.
I mean, when you look at a roguelite objectively, it is just an endless slate of possibilities of what could you have, what could you have, what did you not get, and how did it play out as a result, but...
And it doesn't trouble you to be involved. Personally eliminating something that looks just like you. That is you.
But I am me. For are we not the sum of our experiences, granddaughter? To reject one's stubborn old thoughts and ways, it can be quite invigorating.
Yeah, if you
So
have...
let us carry on.
If you have a clone of your past self and you don't want him around, just kill him. It's fine. It's totally fine. No moral questions about that. No quandaries whatsoever. Honestly, Hera on the attack could be pretty solid here. Demeter is out because I can't get her cast and I don't want her attack. Hera's looking appealing here. We've got Aphrodite. Her attack would be fine too. Born Gain would be great. F would give us more survivability, and Ding Dings do cover our weaknesses. I'm feeling Hera here, I think. I think Hera's a very solid option, so we'll go her Iridescent Fan, and it will level up on this floor, so we might be able to get 2 rarefied Hera boons. I have enough to buy this, but I don't think I need a Chaos Gate. I feel like Chaos is a little bit of a trap for me right now. All right, so we have Aphrodite. Aphrodite's magic regain isn't terrible, but it's definitely not my favorite. Hera's is amazing. Zeus's is pretty decent, and Hestia's would be pretty bad for this build. I guess it would work for our special, but I feel like it's too iffy for me to want to use reliably. Without an ability to reliably pop Blitz, I do feel that our special damage is going to be a little lackluster here, so I might need to rethink how I approach this build. Or it may just be play safe, spam special, and then once we're good, toss out Hex. And maybe that's all it needs to be, frankly. All right. This would be Bones, so we'll just take the Nectar here.
More hippos.
A lot of hippos. Did you guys not get hit by the special? Weird. I do wish these guys did not explode on death. Just makes them a little bit scarier, but I guess the second enemies of Hades 2, or the Asphodelian as, what are they, Bone Slammers, or Slam Dunkers, there we go, Slam Dancers, there we go. Ooh, okay. I want Hera here, Hera would be great. Iridescent Fan hasn't leveled up yet. But this has Forget Me Not and Selene Boon, and we do need Selene Boon. I think out of everything, we need Selene Boon, and we just play super safe into getting our Hex charged up. We're almost at the point where we consume enough magic to be able to do that reliably, but without a magic regen boon, we are going to run out pretty quickly.
Stay where you are.
This guy is running away from me, and I can't actually hit him because of that. Wow, I think I wasted the Hex, and now I'm out of max magic. This is a little dicey. You guys just like to spin nonstop. What are sticking out of them? Are they arms? Are they swords? They must be arms. I think they're arms. Anyway, sorry, I was trying to look at them closely. I'm not convinced I know what... I'm pretty sure they're arms. There's the Iridescent Fan upgrade, so we would have waited. Even if we had gone to the next room, we wouldn't have gotten it. Oh well. I guess it would have been still helpful if we had gotten a rare boon. We could have rarefied it to epic, but it would have been the net same. All right, is there a way to passively generate magic? Oh, okay, it's just the base node. Fantastic. So we already have that. I didn't even notice, but I guess that makes sense. So This will make our Hex charge up slower, but now every time I use an Omega attack, they get hit by Hex, which I think is good. Increasing the base damage on the Hex probably is the next best move here. So let's see, what have we got? This way, more damage to Guardians. Definitely could use that. I think we take this one node here and then we start building down this second tree.
With the grace of the moon.
I don't think I need to force Fan of... I don't need to force Path of Stars anymore, though. Ooh, mini Zagreus. Zagreus, you're there. I can't afford a shop boon. I think Zagreus right now is a terrible decision. Let's go lock in Hera. We have her keepsake. It's a mini boss, so we should get a really good attack, and I can space the heck out of Tony. I just kite him across boundaries, and he can never hit us. Like so. Easy peasy. And the missiles will chase him to the ends of the earth, it seems, as long as it's the Omega missiles. So we're gonna play lame and win game and make Tony really mad about it. We'll take out his friends as we pass by them, but they're not the priority. They all despawn once the mini boss does. But yeah, this is how you beat Tony if you're ever worried about fighting Tony. Just keep yourself between a gap that he can't cross, and this only works for ranged builds, of course, but it makes into a easy peasy, or I wouldn't say easy peasy, but a much safer fight. All right, he's doing his big scream, so I'm going to use my big scream of Hex. The Hex actually does have really good base damage, it seems, because it fires so rapidly. I do not have magic. Okay, so this is where things get a little bit dicier. But again, our cast is doing a lot of work. I can dash in, drop a cast on him, dash out, be ready for him to charge at me, and let Blitz do the rest of the work. And bam. That was a really cleany Oni Noni. Okay, Jeff.
Terrifying.
Hera, please give me something good.
If it isn't my iridescent fan, illuminated even in the night, the easier with which to spot you wheresoever you may be. Should you require my immediate assistance, merely wave it about a bit.
That's funny to think. All right, we got a pretty high tier Born Gain. Proper upbringing, while you have at least 2 of all infusion boons gain, common boons gain rarity, could be really good for us. We're short a water and an air boon. But I think objectively speaking, we need Born Gain more than anything else right now because we just do not have a good source of magic, and we need a lot of magic for this build to work. All right, looks like we only get coin, which is fine. It'll allow us to afford 2 god boons by time we hit the shop, and obviously we'll only be offered 1. My hope is we get the mid shop. I think we're past the point of being offered. Oh, you know what? We're already offered the mid shop. Once you see the mid shop offered once, you're never gonna get it offered again for that floor unless something weird is happening, and I don't know what that weird thing would be, but it's not something I'm familiar with. Basically, it's gonna happen. You either take it or you don't, and that's it for that floor. They can be offered on other floors, of course, but there's only 1 offering of mini boss. So the way that these quote unquote resources of rooms work, mini bosses and shops, mid shops specifically work, is there's only 1 per floor, and so if it's offered, you're not gonna see it again if you take a different door. Now there can be multiple mini bosses per floor. Usually there's about 2. So if you don't take 1 mini boss, the mini boss that was in that room is no longer going to show up, but the other mini boss could still be offered. And that's how it works. So it's mostly just keeping track of what you have and have not taken, and considering your options, because usually there is almost always going to be a mini boss room that shows up on each floor. The odds are fairly high. They're not guaranteed though, I believe, oddly enough. Maybe for the better or probably for the better in a lot of instances. Fortunately, we are getting a lot of minor rewards, which hurts the run's power a lot. I'm going to take this HP because I'll need it going into Selene, into Skilla. But we can afford 2 boons, so my hope is maybe we get a Palm and max, or maybe we get max HP and a what do I want to see here, actually? Probably more Zeus at this point. I feel like Zeus offers the most damage, and we still would benefit from Hera's attack. Bail out of here before those explode. I think I'm playing this pretty well. It's really just Skilla becomes overwhelming with all of her zoning tools. We need to take out Roxy ASAP because she is the thing that really locked me down and kept me from being able to safely position around everything. Here's what I do. I prioritize the Charybdis. I prioritize Charybdis in the first phase because Roxy doesn't do enough to be threatening, and then she uses her big AoE giant hitting moves where that really forces into a position. I kill, in second phase, I focus the tentacles that are near Roxy to keep them from being an issue. I don't think I really need max magic. It works really well with Born Gain, but it's the least of the appealing options. It's the least appealing option that could have been offered. Thermal dynamics already. Your blitz effects also inflict scorch whenever they deal damage. That is going to do a lot of damage for us. We will very gladly take that. That is exactly what we needed to see going into Scylla. I guess, honestly, if it lets me spam magic a bit more reliably with Born Gain, this is probably the only max magic I'll need for the run, and even that might be in excess of what I need, frankly. All right, rematch at long last. Scylla, bring it on. And Roxy and Jetty and Charybdis.
Only you. Not just another one of those sailors we've been seeing more and more of lately here. Look at this crowd. We've been causing a real stir.
I can't imagine why you brought a gigantic sea horror into the underworld.
Perhaps those sailors are just remnants of the sunken fleet that Kronos sends against the gods. I've had my scuffles with them recently.
So we're the cause of your increase in fandom.
Oh no, I don't think so, lady. Our fame is due to good old-fashioned word of mouth. And there is nothing you can do to stop it now.
I mean, objectively speaking, word of mouth was a very big motivator for Coral Crown blowing up on YouTube. It's, hey, Hades 2 has incredible music again. Who could have seen that coming? Oh, hi, Scylla. All right, we're gonna try and do as much damage here as we can. So I guess, like, here's the thing. Oh gosh, there's still so many things. I think I just DPS whatever I can get close to and then focus on the things that I have priority elsewhere. Oops, wow. Okay, things still hurt a fair bit. I haven't even killed a single tentacle. The tentacles are killing me though. Oh gosh. Okay, there's one. There's one. Whee! Okay, we're almost out of Hex. Hex, as soon as we have Hex, we drop it on Roxy. Okay, here's our Hex, dropping it on Roxy. Okay, Roxy's dead. Good. Man, I love the build up into the chorus there. It's so cool. I couldn't even recreate it if I wanted to. All right, I think we actually have a pretty solid build here because if I just keep them, if I pop Blitz, they take a whole bunch of skeleton damage. What? Scorch damage. Yeah, our scorch damage is going to be the thing that carries us here, I think. Trying to play safe here. I hear Charybdis is singing. I hear him singing. Oh gosh. Okay, so here's the part where we absolutely have to melt Roxy. So get as many Omega Special, or as much of the Omega Special on her as we can. She's zoning us away, so we focus on killing everything else we can. Zoning us away again. Jeez. She's playing super safe, which is, oh gosh, there are too many things. Scylla, no. Okay, Roxy should be almost dead. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I hate this boss. Oh, it's so difficult. It is. Kiwi, this would be your least favorite boss by a large margin. I hate that they put those water pipes there so you get pushed out of the way for them. All right, we got Roxy down. And we're on 1 HP, which isn't great. What's our magic regen? It's Born Gain, okay. I should be able to use my Omega Special here. I'm gonna focus on dodging Scylla first because she's gonna come charging at me really fast. Any second now. Scylla, come on, Scylla. Are you waiting for me to do something? There we are, okay. I just did not want to get hit by any of that. I think we're in a much better spot now. Oh gosh, if I got cut out on a wall, there's nothing I can do. Try and get some Hex damage on these things if I can. Oh gosh, hi Jetty. I think we're good. Once we're past the hardest part of this fight, I think we're good. I can desperately try to hold on to my, oh, hold on. Bill's gonna charge at me. Jetty charged at me first. Scylla, come on. Do me a thing. Okay, there goes Charybdis. Charybdis is done. I did waste my cast there, but I was so far away I felt I had plenty of space to dodge. I think we're good. I think we did it. I think we're gonna beat her, and possibly without a Death Defiance. I've definitely shot myself in the foot saying that. Gonna drop that. Toss out the Hex. I don't actually know what her third phase is like, but it looks like we're fine. Wow. 1 HP, living on a dream. Vengeance! Vengeance for the Macedonian!
I was witness to your rival's fall.
Whew, okay. Vengeance indeed. That was rough. I will eventually learn how to like visually manage this boss and position appropriately, but until then, that boss is, let's just say, overwhelming. I think overwhelming. I have been very whelmed. I have been extremely whelmed by that boss. Okay, Aphrodite, Who did I say I was going to take? Because I did have a thought in mind as for who we would take next, didn't I? Right, Path of Stars. Let's lock in the Moonbeam and get an extra set of Path of Stars. There we go. I think I should probably buy this HP, just so we have a little bit. Fairy voucher. Ensure goods offered by Charon cost 30% less. I like that. I'm going to take that because it's a fated choice. It only lasts for a short period of time, but hopefully we get a mid-shop and I can benefit from it, you know? All right, so I did mention at the start of the episode that I am surprisingly tired or feeling more exhausted than I feel like I should. I did my usual exercise yesterday, which was the first time in a while, but I feel like that's not the reason. I have this weird quirk about my physiology. I'm not quite sure how to explain it, but what it is when I am in a constant state of sleep deprivation, there is a very significant sweet spot of about 6 hours where I can be extraordinarily, arguably concerningly functional despite that. And it persists for a while, and you can see it start to affect my declarative memory, my ability to remember names and places and nouns and things of that nature, first and foremost. And then it slowly deteriorates from there into short-term memory loss up the wazoo. All right, I think, let's let our Hex hit 2 foes each time. That seems pretty solid for us. And then I think we just focus on base damage. Oh, 20% damage reduction while it's active for sure. And now we focus on base damage. Damage to Guardians also could be really, really good for us. But I think we'll take this for now.
That's one down.
Okay, where is the hammer? Oh, everything's over there. So yeah, usually 6 hours consistently is very much my sweet spot, but for me to feel properly rested and awake and have my the full extent of my proper faculties, I need about 10 hours of sleep pretty consistently, which is really disappointing to me. Like, I should not need that much sleep to be functional. But it is what it is, and I'm preaching to the choir here, Kiwi. Kiwi has it far worse. Kiwi has such a hard time sleeping, and so sometimes not even 10, not even 12 hours is enough for her, and it sucks to see that. So that's kind of the point of the channel, you know, to help her fall asleep after all. But I digress. What I want to say is, right now, I have gotten a beautiful 10 to 12 hours of sleep. I feel extraordinarily well rested, and yet physically exhausted, and it's so nonsensical to me, and I don't understand why, but this is such a consistent thing for me, is where the day after doing a stretch of being properly rested, the day after a good night's sleep is where I just feel the most exhausted. Shimmering Rockets, your specials bounce towards up to 2 more foes. Specials gain 5 power up to 5 consecutive hits on the same foe, or our dash attack hits 3 times. I think the rest of the run is in a really good spot, so it doesn't really matter what I pick here. Shimmering Rockets would work best for the build, but we'll do Ripper Rockets since we're really building into that.
I'm grateful,
Hestia or a palm and a coin. I would ideally like to see Hera or Zeus here, I think. So let's roll. Zeus. Okay, we'll take Zeus. Double strike. I don't think I particularly want his static shock. I'm totally blanking on his infusion boon, but I'm not necessarily tempted by that either. I think we need to get rid of this guy's little friends first. He hits very hard. He was terrifying when I first encountered him in early access, my early access runs. I do think overall the bosses and mini bosses have been tuned down a little bit now that there's not only 2 floors to deal with, but you can definitely feel some bosses are scarier than others, and this is the Ripper, I believe is what it's called, is definitely one of them. All right, here, I have my Omega attack blocking you. Cool. Finish him with the Hex. There we go.
They won't be gone for long.
I think our Hex will actually be pretty... So I misread that buff to the Hex. It actually hits 3 times, not 2 times, because it was 2 more times on top of the base one.
The dead are as innumerable as the sprigs of wheat within the morning fields, but do not make for the most satisfying sustenance for the unspeakable monstrosities therein.
The dead have suffered enough.
I'm gonna make them suffer more.
Hear me, on my authority.
All right, Susie, what have you got? Thunder Rush, Divine Vengeance, and Double Strike. That's what we like to see. Double Strike is going to up our blitz damage a whole bunch, and that'll scale really well with our Torch application, I presume? Yeah, because it's from Blitz. Oh, hi, Nem. What are you doing here? Wait, what did you do to Echo? What did you do to Echo?
Expecting someone else. Taking a moment to get my bearings. Was nice and quiet here till you showed up.
I have never seen this interaction before. Is Can this happen in any story room? I'm interested now.
You haven't seen a gentle-looking nymph nearby, have you? She's often here on this bridge.
Might be I scared her off. Got more important things to do than chasing nymphs. Anyway, go on. The spirits in this place won't like us making nice.
Gnocchi is screaming to the heavens for breakfast.
Catch.
All right,
Thank
well,
you.
I guess it's better than nothing, but it's a lot worse than Echo, unfortunately. Leveling up Smoldering is whatever. I forgot we had Heartthrobs, honestly. They have not had any relevance on this run. At least not that I've noticed. I would probably like to honestly reroll here and get this on Blitz, but there are a lot of things that I could hit instead. Or are there? Are there really? No, I guess not. Yeah, I roll here for Blitz, I think.
Let's try this again.
Or Double Strike, honestly, but yeah, we'll take it to Blitz. It's 50 more damage on Blitz. That's pretty solid for us. Man, I would have liked to see Echo. I was so ready to give her a palm or a Nectar, you know? HP, Magic, Coin, or Hestia. I see you doing this, Nemesis. All right, so Nemesis is going to try and steal that rightmost door from us. I guess I don't really care because I think I want a Hestia room anyway. Hermes is whatever. Palm is kind of whatever, but we do need God Boons, so I'll take it. That Lamia is about to get melted. Boom, boom, boom. It doesn't actually do that much damage, to be honest, but I guess that's not really the point of the build, is it? We run around, we spam special, everyone gets popped by Blitz, takes a bunch of Scorch damage, Blitz activates the Hex. That's how we play. Oh gosh, almost ran into that thing. Yeah, like we can play a silly degree of safe on this build.
Enough of this.
I'm gonna take out you guys first because you look like you're gonna be a problem for me. And not run face first into your projectiles. Projectiles, thank you very much. Paid dues. Whenever you take damage, you lose money before you lose HP. That is Hermes Legendary right there. I don't like it. It's not fun. Well, I mean, it's funny. You waste coin, but think about that. You take 10 damage, you've lost 30 coin. You take 50 damage, you've lost a whole God Boon. And a God Boon is way more fun. And you take 50 damage in like one hit against most of the bosses. So yeah, it feels lackluster to me, and it de-incentivizes you from getting boons if you play poorly. But it is a fated choice, so we're gonna take it nonetheless. I'm just gonna complain about it a little bit. And I guess also we have 30 HP worth of coin right now, I suppose. Would be funny if money reduction boons affected that. Are there actually boons that make you, I guess, travel deal? The Hermes boon that makes the first thing you spend on costless? I don't think that would affect it. Probably wouldn't affect it. It doesn't seem likely.
Illuminate my path.
Waiting for their projectiles to come out before I run face first into them. We'll take the free magic first, and then we'll go for the palm. Is there a Hestia in here somewhere? Am I missing her? Oh, she's in the bottom left corner. I see her now. I guess let's take the palm first so it can possibly hit more Blitz rather than a Hestia boon. Because actually, I guess if we got Pyrotechnic, it would be pretty solid, but I still think the palm is more valuable here. We don't apply Scorch fast enough, even with Blitz and Cast, for that to be worth it. At this point, maybe later in the run it will be. With this Hex now hitting multiple enemies, we melt them really fast. We melt trash mobs extremely fast, which feels pretty nice. Did get the palm on the special. Cool, another 10 damage. Excellent, excellent. That means we're going to be scaling with Scorch really hard. Interesting, so if I turn away from enemies while I'm charging up the Omega special, it does rehome in on different enemies from the original targets. Did not know that, actually. I feel like there is very little point to using my Omega attack when the Hex is on cooldown. I guess it would let me build up the Hex faster. That is true. But our special is all of our damage right now because we still haven't gotten our Hera attack, and I don't think we want our Hestia attack. So I either take Snuff Candle or I roll here for Pyrotechnic, I think would be the best two options here. I'm gonna roll.
Not what I want.
Ah, there it is, Pyrotechnic. Our Scorch consumes 50% faster. Objectively speaking,
I should be able to get out, I think.
I think Snuff Candle would have done more for us. We'll take, ooh. Oh wow, so we didn't take any damage, but we did lose all our money. There is a Forget-Me-Not here, so I do unfortunately think I have to go this way. I would much prefer the free Hestia boon. But again, I must recognize the fact that we are in a good spot and we need Glass Rock really bad.
Let me help you.
I'm gonna hope that Glass Rock is what's here, but we'll see. It must be because it's on a Forget-Me-Not. Otherwise, we didn't have Grasp listed in a Forget-Me-Not, so it must be. Glass Rock, yep, there it is. Perfect. Hi, Charon. I will never be able to afford anything from your shop again. I apologize for that, but that is the nature of the game I am playing. At least we have a very solid defensive boon for when we have coin. It will block a lot of money. Oh, hold on. Let's not stand in the big Cerberus smack. Okay, yeah, our damage is, I wouldn't say incredible, but it's good enough, and good enough is more than fine. Darn it. No coin to block that. We lost 36 coin from that one hit, and I still took 18 damage. Like, that's what I mean. Like, paid dues, especially if you're not running the strength card, just feels kind of terrible. Even with strength card, like, you definitely don't want to take paid dues when you're running Death Defiance, I would argue. Did lose a Death Defiance there, speaking of which. But strength card, even with strength card, I would still argue it's just a very lackluster boon as a whole. And again, there's the fun factor to account for too, and it is not a fun boon to me. I feel like it's more fun to just have a bunch of coin and then by the end floor right before Chronos happens, spend a bunch of money on it. A shame that it doesn't look like our Hex can hit the same target more than once if we have all those beams. It's fine though. Objectively speaking, we really don't need any more levels from the Hex. I do appreciate that it's giving us damage reduction. If it hit more, it would last longer, so there's that too.
Playtime at last is over for old Cerberus, but he shall have another playtime hence.
And base power works well because of that bonus we got where it activates on every Omega move landing.
Return now to your master in abode.
So we've got one less Death Defiance than is ideal, but I think we're fine. And funny enough, we lost it to Cerberus, who I said would be easy compared to Scylla. Granted, we were going into this with very low HP off of Scylla, and we didn't really heal that much up. What do I want from here, frankly? Do I just take safety, or do I take fun? I mean, I can take both. Knucklebones is always a good keepsake here, and we're leveling it up pretty fast. I don't have a reason for Athena. Big Leaf is funny, but not that great here. Yeah, you know what? I think I will. I've talked myself into it. Let's take Knucklebones again.
Should keep me company.
Always a good option going into boss fights, and I don't feel like Kronos is going to eat our Death Defiance, or at least eat the run. You know. Specials deal 40% more damage. I'm not taking this because of that. I'm taking it because it's a fated choice, but it will help us with the trash mobs here, so I can't complain. Objectively speaking, the special damage is not the thing that's doing damage here. It is everything that gets triggered by the special, namely Blitz and then Scorch from the duo we have with Hestia.
They'll know I'm here.
But for five rooms, we will try and take extra rooms. I do question if I should do mini bosses. I feel like mini bosses are going to be a little dicey here because I just don't have the damage. I could still make an argument for them if we're like offered a good Hera boon or a good Zeus boon even. At this point, do I want to see King or Queen's Ransom? Probably not, because I don't want to give up either of their boons. I really depend on Mordengain and I really depend on Blitz, so giving up either would be terrible for us unless I got another God's boon to fill the space. The issue being, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford boons, so I would need at least another boss room for a boon for that to work. So I think as a whole, the answer is I'm still going to do it, but I probably shouldn't have.
Family.
So this is our first. This is our first. Guys, this is our first Daddy's Chamber after beating the story, and look, Persephone's here with him now too. And
the brutal hound of hell by now permits the princes of the dead to approach.
We can finally pet the dog.
There's a good boy.
There is a good boy. Just exactly. The technique is only pet the left head. All right, we are officially friends with Cerberus, and it is great. Hello, daddies and dread queen of the underworld, Persephone.
Oh, Linoe, you're back. We thought we might find you here. Well, Hades did. I never would have guessed.
Your mother and I had looked forward to seeing you again ever since you departed. How have you fared? Are matters in the crossroads well in hand?
I mean, aside from 2 runs ago, which we won't talk about anymore.
Everything is more or less all right, Father. It's good to see you in this chamber in far better spirits than before, though why return to such a place? I'd have thought you'd rather be just about anywhere else.
The house is partially in order, but the rest of Tartarus yet bears the mark of my father's extravagant tastes. Whatever harm he caused our family, undoing his decor shall take longer still.
Not to mention, I think they made it clear that they just wanted to see you and they thought they might find you here.
Grandfather shall do his part. It also means I get to say hello.
Exactly.
Well, I shall do my small part then, in the retracing of your steps, provided I may be of service still.
All right, Daddy Darkness, give us your darkness. Oh, what is that? What did you just give us? I don't actually know what he just gave us. Cinerary Circle. Whenever you use 16 magic, summon 3 soul urns. Giga Roast Dash. That would be pretty decent. Last Gasp. Deal more damage based on how many times I've used Death Defiances. That could be good too. I kind of just want to take Cinerary Circle so that I can get the Fated Prophecy listed, but Giga Roast Dash is objectively the best. Scorn making our attacks and specials do 30% more damage. I guess again, because we're scaling off of Blitz and Scorch damage, it's less appealing. Yeah, we'll take Cinerary Circle just for the Fated choice. Thank you. But more importantly, I have a gift for you, and you have one for me.
Mother, Father, I'm so grateful to have you back in my life. We've so much to catch up on, but all the time in the world. For now, this is just a small housewarming gift.
Thank you, this is perfect. Our supply back at the house has disappeared. Perhaps Kronos had a taste for it.
We'll have to give him one and find out.
Nectar from the highest peaks. To think we once forbade this substance here, though that was well before your time. Thank you, daughter. And we have something here for you in turn. A small token, but a symbol of our family as well.
So, I'm trying to think, what was I going to say? I wonder if that banning was before or after Zagreus. I'm pretty sure it was before, and then Zagreus just kept giving it away, and Hades just gave up and said, okay, everyone is just drowning in nectar, fine, let's just let it happen.
Please, take it.
The Jeweled Palm is one of my favorite keepsakes in the game. I will play with it once we have our Arcana and Aspects ranked up a bit further, just because it's a little risky to do so otherwise, but I will use it for weapons that I feel confident in regardless of their level, like the Umbral Torches in particular, because it is one of the funnest ways to play Hades 2. I will go into more detail when it is time to use the keepsake, but it's effectively just free palm levels, and I forget what else. But at the very least, free palm levels on every boon that you get, so long as you are at the Fate's Whim, meaning you don't have any rerolls and you don't use God Keepsakes. Oh, the other half is you start with a free Hades boon. Like, so you could get Giga Roast Dash from the start of the run, which just massively ups your damage, applies a curse, gives you a way to get to origination faster. It's so fun. And it really entices you to just play a roguelike the way the roguelike was made to be played, where you don't choose what you get, you just let RNG be the deciding factor. I really do appreciate that they created a incentive in the post-game to enjoy Hades 2 as the roguelike it was designed to be. And you still have access to all the other keepsakes, so if you don't want to, it's fine. You can still play exactly the way the game was intended either way, because both are by intent. And I think that's a brilliant thing that Hades 1 actually lacked, and it's definitely a point of significant improvement in the design ethos of the game when comparing the two. And I know I've made the argument that the games shouldn't necessarily be compared to each other by virtue of they are their own entities, but I mean, inevitably when you take a title and put a 2 at the end of it, you know that there are going to be comparisons drawn because there have to be comparisons drawn. Is the story going to be related? Are the characters going to be related? Are the gameplay elements going to be similar? There's no avoiding it. All right, because this is Hera and because of what I said earlier, we're going to risk it. I hope it's Vermomancer. It is Vermomancer, which makes this a lot safer for us. The other mini boss is way scarier. I'm just gonna try and get as many fully charged Omega attacks on him as possible, and just look at him melting to Scorch damage. Pyrotechnic is not consuming it faster than we can apply it, but maybe, you know what? Maybe I take it back. Maybe we do have damage, and the gold bag wouldn't be as scary as I thought it would have been. That was extremely fast. Okay. We can get proper upbringing now, but what does that affect? It affects our cast, Stutter Step, and it doesn't look like a whole lot else that really matters. So I'm gonna take her attack because now we get Hitch. We can do even better damage to things. There is another Path of Stars. We will gladly take that as well.
You again.
Focus on dodging those projectiles and then coming back for more blitz damage. Scorch everything. Need to remember that my dash attack is a nice AoE, which will apply Hitch for us, so now I can just link all this damage together. Unfortunately, Scorch does not affect Hitch, so even if things are burning to death from Scorch, they're not going to be taking that extra bit of damage, but I think we just maxed out the chart now. Let's see. One more in succession, 30% more damage to Guardians, 50% more damage. Let's see, what are you? One more time in succession, and then between 10 power and 5% more from our Omega moves, we'll do the 10 power.
The light of the moon.
I am honestly going to go into Chronos, charge up our Hex, and then I want to see what a fully charged Hex with basically maxed out stats does. Because I have a suspicion it's kind of underwhelming, but I want to prove it to myself that it's better than I think it is. Or validate my feelings and feel that I was correct in that the aspect of Selene maybe underperforms, because unfortunately I'm pretty sure ranking up the aspect of Selene does not up the base damage on your Hex. It just decreases the amount of magic you need to activate it, which is a little bit lame, to be honest. We will see. I guess I could look at that in the crossroads if I really cared, but I don't care that much. Alrighty, we should be seeing Chronos any second now, and I feel very strong. I feel like this build has done what it needed to scale into not necessarily perfection, but far better a place than it was where it started. I do need to remember to just drop a dash attack here or there for the application of Hitch. I think there are so many sound effects happening in the game that they're just not playing at all, or I might just be running away from things too fast. More coin? I mean, more coin so we don't take damage. We can barely afford anything in the shop, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we aren't taking damage because of that either. We can block a full 100 damage at this point. Actually, 100, more than 100. Again, I'm not really applying. Okay, I did take it. It's interesting. I don't even really notice that I take damage with this spoon, which is another downside to it. We did net positive by like 20 coins, so not the end of the world. We'll go ahead and we'll extend the run because I don't mind extending the run. We certainly can do this, may as well for funsies. I did get hit there, darn it. Each one of their hits knocks 50 coins out of our purse, which is feels really lame. I genuinely would, well, I've ragged on Hermes Legendary enough. You've gotten the sense that I don't care for it, and I've justified why. Maybe if I was better at not taking damage, it would be incredible for like a max fear run or something, but I would still argue even high fear runs need money to buy boons because you have such a limitation on your ability to DPS and you need every boon you can get. It still doesn't strike me as worth it, frankly. But I don't know. I'm not the one running those high heat runs and I won't be for a while yet. We have to get to at least episode 100 before I start doing that, right, Kiwi? Alrighty, I think we'll just take the 35% more damage on the attack. Sure, why not? I'm not using it that much, but I will use it where I get it. And most importantly, actually, hold on. Would 30% of 200 is not 80 coin. It's not worth it. What about a boon? Still not worth it. I think this is more expensive, although it would make everything cheaper. Maybe it is worth taking. I'll take it. I'll take it. 1 Death Defiance, we have enough to afford probably 2 boons with that. And we're getting a Hera Zeus trial? Sure, why not? Let me burn all of the last bit of coin that I had. Who is worse to deal with? I don't actually... Hera, okay, I remember Hera uses Fine Line for her trial punishment, and it is terrible. It is so hard to dodge. None of these are that exciting. Her sprint is decent, but it's better early game than it is late game, and we already have our attack applying Hitch, so we'll take Bridal Glow. What does it hit? Our cast. Okay, well, we're gonna do even more Scorch damage, I guess.
Normally, I would suggest you always take Queen Hera's side in everything, but not in this.
Because I am most important. I am Big Bad Zeus. Love me, love me, love me. So I don't know how Zeus is... Oh, okay, they're pretty much the same as they were back in Hades 1. Fair enough. So my goal is to just run around, apply Blitz, and not take damage, because I would like to... Oh, these guys give a lot of coin on death. Wow. I guess I should have noticed that before. It's kind of crazy how much coin Kronos' minions give and how much coin generation there is in Tartarus. Alright, if anything is going to cause me to lose coin, it is these little hourglass enemies, because I am just so prone to getting hit by them. My brain does not function right on their attacks. But I think we did that no damage? Maybe, maybe not. Well, we definitely netted positive, if nothing else.
Such bickering is getting us nowhere. Let us direct our pent-up wrath toward our foes.
Alright, what do you give us, Zusi, for your final boon? Lightning Lance. Lightning Lance indeed. Okay, I could take that very gladly, because now I don't have to run up to enemies to drop my cast. But I kind of like that because I'm dashing in. I want the speed boost when I'm dashing in for the application of Hitch. Hitch lasts long enough that I probably don't need to care about that. Is there really anything else he could offer? Probably, maybe, let's see if he can offer a duo boon. If he can offer a duo boon, oh wait, we can't get duo boons here, never mind. So, I think there really isn't anything he could offer here that I particularly want. Yeah, other than air quality, and air quality does nothing for us on this run, I think. So, Lightning Lance it is. And more coin that I can then immediately lose to whatever trash mobs come in here. Let's see, do I net positive from 308 coin? We'll keep that in mind. Our cast does a heck ton of damage now because of that rank up. But again, it all boils down to, haha, Hestia pun, scorch damage. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I have left to say? I have a feeling we're going to be baking a lot today, and I am very much looking forward to that one, Kiwi. And we will find out about that very soon as I see you sitting beside me crocheting and drinking coffee. And the coffee smells lovely, by the way. You have tempted me. If I'm going to feel sluggish for the rest of the day, I definitely could go for some coffee. I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to coffee. I definitely need to doll it up with sugar and milk to make it even remotely palatable. Otherwise, I let it cool, I pinch my nose, and I chug it. We didn't get offered a single boon here, really. Karen, I have complaints. Karen. All right, I guess we take the palms and put those on pyrotechnic because that's going to bump up our damage a whole bunch. We'll take the HP, we'll take the magic, and then we'll whine a bit more. Karen, I have complaints.
Salutations.
And complaints.
The House of Hades once again stands tall and stately, with the proper countenance engraved upon its heavy door. But the Princess of the Dead has a different entryway in mind.
Time for a quick dip.
All right, Sandpappy, lead us to victory.
All right, my girl, this shall unfold exactly as before. You leap into the river, I ensure you end up in the proper stream.
You know, this is a weird question, but I have to ask, how did he replace all of the presumably blood and hands that live in the river Styx with sand? Where did he get all that sand from?
See you shortly.
Who are you calling short? It's not my fault. Everyone's really, really tall in this game.
Wow.
What have you done? You have seen that I do not stay gone. Fight me to your heart's content. No matter the outcome, it is you who ends up banished from this place. Or are you here merely to rummage through your family's old, unneeded things?
I like to take naps in my brother's bed. I don't know why I use Kronos' voice for that.
I have no need of anything of theirs. Only your head.
It makes for an excellent plushie while I sleep in my brother's bed. Still the wrong voice for this.
That you cannot have, my girl, for I shall be requiring it to rule the realms with wisdom such as my unruly children never had. And you apparently have even less.
But I trade you for a sock puppet. I give you a sock puppet, you give me your head. Fair trade? Cool. Actually, wait, I forgot. No one wears socks in this game. Shoot! Okay, it's a bad trade. I recognize that now, but maybe he'd still fall for it. Maybe he would still fall for it because he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't know. Not sure why we just did 2k damage to him, but we are melting him. All right, at this rate, I'm gonna kill him before I can actually use up all my max magic to see how much our Hex does. I'm gonna save Hex for second phase because I suspect I'm not actually gonna really get to use it. Or I think he will die faster than I can use it in this one where he has 4 phases. So I want one where he only has 2. Although he does have less HP in those 2 phases. I'm not sure. But like, okay, you know what? Scorch damage, as always, is incredible. And there's phase 3 done. Kill his friends. Yeah, okay, you know what? The Blitz Scorch build that we had going did a lot. It worked really well. Far better than I was willing to give it credit for, at the very least. Like, we are melting him. Like, see, I said Kronos was not going to be a threat, and I was right about that. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to hit him here.
All comes to an end.
I'm going to just play it safe here. Wait for him to do an attack pattern. Perfect. Let's drop the Hex. Let's see. 80, 230, 280. Oh, okay. It's ranking up.
Stop now.
Okay, you know what? I take it back. A fully trained Selene boon built up did almost his entire phase's worth of HP. Now, mind you, that is in a bubble. That is in a vacuum of perfection. And that perfection was, I didn't care if I took a hit there. Normally, you would care about taking a hit there. Although I would argue, keep in mind, I don't have Strength card active. I didn't have Origination playing. So we were missing like an extra 75% damage. Okay, you know what? I am convinced. Aspect of Selene actually puts in the work. I now respect it far more than I did before. It is a very strong aspect. It has a very weak early game.
I was evaded constantly, as though you always were. a step ahead.
That's because I had nimble feet from Hermes' boons. I'm still doing the Kronos voice for some reason, despite taunt. Oh, you know what? I have it. The story is Mel can do a semi-convincing Kronos impersonation. She can't do the voice reverberation, and she's taunting him with his voice. Hi, Sandpappy. I have bad news for you. I've lost it. I can only do it unintentionally, apparently. But anyway, or
Time flow freely forth.
I started reading his dialogue.
How did you?
Gah! With all the emotion of a dying titan of time. Gah! Oh boy. What a silly run. Okay, paid dues is terrible. Final answer. We're getting that off of here. I guess I should honor it just because it's the first and possibly only time I take it, but still. Like, I feel like there's almost never an instance where I want to take paid dues, but we did prove to the world that, or at least to myself, that Selene can actually do something. But more importantly, what actually did everything was thermal dynamics with arc flash and double strike. Where is it? Arc flash? Arc flash? Look for a Zeusy boon. Oh wait, I already have arc flash. No, I don't. Where's arc flash? There. Am I done? Okay. I'm just gonna have to scroll through it slowly. We got it pretty early into the run, so I don't know why I don't see it. Hello? Did I not take arc flash? Was I mistaken? Did I just never take arc flash? And I'm so confused, Kiwi. I could have sworn I took arc flash. Oh well. Be it as it may, thermal dynamics with double strike, a beefed up blitz. And then, honestly, the attack didn't even matter. What else? Is there anything else that I could really say was incredible? Not really. I feel like that's the core of our build. But Skyfall actually did an insane amount of damage. So, I guess, yeah, it increases every time it hits the same enemy. So, that was doing 700 plus damage a hit at the end there. So, yeah, very weak early game. Very, very weak early game. Incredible late game if you can survive long enough to make it work. That is my final that is my summary of the aspect of Selene. Let's head to town, call it a night.
The only time that we experience is now. We have the Princess of the Dead to thank for it, through all her tireless endeavors, such as what transpired on this very night.
Return to Shadow now.
Oh, we still do the little peace pose. That's very cute. That's very cute. I would argue that once they develop the video technology, you can relive the past too. Although I guess you are reliving the past and the present, and it's never quite the same. So, that's more philosophical than I care to talk about. Freenos, you're gonna join us at long last very soon.
Got him again. But we're not finished yet, are we?
Now the question is, do we get the incantation immediately?
You won't forget them. Ever. And with this, perhaps Dora won't forget them either.
Or do we have to brew some pet treats first and then get it? Why does Cerberus look so tiny there? Actually, wait. Why is Cerberus so tiny? His heads are way bigger than that based on their 3D models at least.
So what's the deal with the horned guy anyway? Saw him and Nemesis chatting like they were an item or something. It was weird.
If siblings are an item, they are an item.
They're siblings, Dora. The horned one is Lord Moros, emissary of the Three Fates, our distinguished guest and a valuable ally.
And bearer of a magnificent chest. Dora, you should go hug it.
Yeah, looks like we really put him up in style.
All right, Master of the Dead. The daughter of the God of the Dead shall earn a variety of boons from Hades, her lord father, and gain 300 bones as a
Another prophecy fulfilled.
As a reward. No heiress means we can clean up after her today. For a moment, I'm like,
victory for the unseen.
For a moment, I thought the wretched broker was missing, and I was very concerned, but I'm in the wrong spot for the broker. All right, let us go collect. Oh, hey, Moros. Let's go ahead and collect our Nightshade, our Mandrake. Our olives are still not fully grown. We'll get our Demon Cupcake from Chaos. Gosh, Chaos, Kronos, similar vibe, very different entity. Poppy seeds, I feel like we need a lot of poppy for future incantation, so I'll go ahead and plant those. I probably should have looked at our incantation pot and see what we needed, but oh well. One of these days we'll help Hypnos wake up.
I'm not the sort to dwell too much about what the Three Fates may have in store for this goddess, but I do have a bit of fabric we attribute to their work, and now it's yours.
Fate fabric. Few better ways to ensure the cauldron properly conducts a magical effect. I could definitely use this if you'd be so kind.
Watch that we never have another incantation that needs these because I already burned through all of them.
Oh, I'm not kind. I don't like to lose.
That feels appropriate for a tactician. You get tactical because you don't want to lose, right?
Thank you for having faith in me.
The Underworld King and Queen are back. Princess, you prevail. Dying wish and orchard. You know, that is a really nice dying wish. I would love to have a bakery with like a giant apple orchard growing in the back, and we could just bake endless pies with our homegrown apples. That would be delightful.
Nemesis, for all the time you used to spend on the surface, surely there was something there that made it worth your while.
Picking fights with everyone I came across, of course, Mel.
Oh, there was. Mortals like to reach beyond their means, thinking they're just like us. I'd sniff them out and put them back in their place.
Called it. Not a surprise,
Put them
though.
back in their place. By punishing them in some inventive fashion, I suppose.
He made boxes into clothing and forced them to wear it, and then when it rained, the boxes would get all soggy and moldy, and everyone would be miserable, and that was their penance from the aspect of retribution.
That's right. We all should get what we deserve. No more, no less.
That's why Chroma deserves not soggy boxes, but the best boxes.
Don't mortals already have ways to ensure justice is served, like my father did?
More justice is always needed to those in power.
Sure they do.
Or rather, from those in power, I suppose. Let's see. I don't think I have anything here I particularly want from the broker just yet. Let's see what incantations we can acquire. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Give me my froggy friend! Where are you, where are you, where are you? There you are. Turn trusted beasts into your animal familiars. Grants 3 Witches' Delight, mostly used for strengthening one's bond with animal familiars. While not all familiars are beasts, the unwavering nature of such creatures often makes them suitable. This is suitable, Kiwi.
To all my beast companions, near and far, let us protect each other, soul and scar.
Your will is done.
I have animal crackers!
Phrynos shall enjoy these.
I wanna be the very best with my frog right by my side.
We really showed him, didn't we, Phrynos?
All right, Phrynos, it is time. Phrynos, I choose you!
I got you something. This is a very special treat, Phrynos. It means you'll be protected when you're with me, and you can protect me in turn.
Familiar gained. Phrynos. Hooray! I'm gonna be a Pokemon master, and I'm gonna start with my Politoed. Alright, let's see, what else can we get? Earthly Fortunes, whatever. Rivals of Plain and Peak. Oh gosh, Kiwi, are we ready for the third vow of Rivals? I don't think I am, frankly. Reveal the third rank of the Vow of Rivals in the Oath of the Unseen to face stronger guardians. Fear grows in the dark, but so too can courage. Their limits are tested, broken, and surpassed. Oh, bad time for a hiccup.
By will of night shall I confront my fiercest foes.
I have confronted my fiercest foes with a sonorous hiccup. Is Moros a sister? He has the hair for it. Let's see. Revival of Desecrating Pool. I need to unlock this. We need lures, and to unlock lures, I need Rite of River Fording. We need cattails for that. All right, looks like we have gotten everything we could possibly get. Yeah, I think we are good here. I'll sit on my resources from this because I might put them into other things that I need more or want more, frankly.
As long as it is not an imposition, Lady Hecate. I know you have far greater responsibilities than looking after yet another child of Nyx. Especially when Nyx herself is back.
Yeah, she taught me how to make animal crackers, and that's probably been the most important thing she's done this whole game.
When Melinoe first summoned you, I said that you could stay for now, and it continues to be now, does it not? You seem the sort to make yourself useful without getting underfoot. It is all that I require.
I did not... My brain, in response to without getting underfoot, immediately was like, yeah, Hecate would step on people. But going back to the thing I was saying before my brain rot activated, I guess Hecate did do some other important things, you know, like maybe saving Mel and raising her from the ground up to save the day. But animal crackers are a pretty significant achievement in her lifetime, I would say.
Then I shall do so to the best of my ability. Please notify me if you deem my performance unsatisfactory in any way.
And please, if you do want to step on me, Hecate.
Oh, gods, you're just like her.
Step on me, Hecate. Like Mel.
Nice and warm.
Or maybe Nemesis, I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's go say goodnight to Skelly and call it an episode. Oh boy, the end of this episode has gotten a little revealing and a little uncomfortable, and I am far past that point. Yeah, I punched him. I punched him real good with a bunch of missiles. Actually, we dropped a moon on him in the weirdest way possible.
I think you'll like it better here than Tartarus.
Good RNG from our good Shade, please.
Moonlight guide you, good Shade.
And Skelly?
How goes it with the never-ending torment stuff, now that you got that oat thing over there? Those nocturnal arms of yours, they must be having a great time.
Yeah, they love punching things.
The arms of night. They're reacting to the oath, I think. Growing stronger as the testaments are carried out. Drinking the very nightmares born of mortal's fear of the dark.
Kiwi would very much benefit from something drinking her nightmares, I think. She's been having a fair few too many of them of late.
Now that is what I like to hear.
Yeah, Kiwi. Skelly likes the idea. All right, we have an Umbral Torches run, so I guess I do feel confident going into the Vow of Rivals. Oh, but we finally get... Really? Oh, okay, you know what? That makes sense. It makes sense that we weren't... I thought Cersei had to give us this, but no, the reason we couldn't have the aspect of Cersei is because we never had an animal familiar. That makes a lot of sense. Oops. In hindsight, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, Umbral Torches. I think since we're going to be doing our first ever run of Vow of Rivals 3, it only makes sense that I use Aspect of Moros, because we are most certainly approaching our doom.
I have returned.
All right, Aspect of Moros.
Freenos, you're here.
And here's the jeweled palm. While at the Fate's whim, gain a random Hades blessing, and most boons have +1 level. Where are we headed with this? What fear do we need? I'm actually curious. We need 4 fear, which we will easily achieve with maxed out Vow of Rivals. This is going to be rough. Do I take Fate's whim into this just to be extra spicy? I feel like that is where I'm really going to hurt myself, but let's do it. I will set that up off camera, but with all that said, Kiwi, Freenos is our friend. Let's go, Freenos. So Freenos just hops along. He doesn't do damage, but he does block projectiles, which means we can cheese Hecate's first phase if we go to the overworld. But we are underworld, but we are not, so it is what it is. With all that said, though, Kiwi, I think this is where I'm going to call it an episode. I will figure out my Arcana off camera, and with all that said, oops. Hello?
Below the path to Tartarus. Above the way to Olympus.
And middle with Skelly and Freenos, our best buddies with the Witch's Cauldron. Anyway, oh, you know what? I saw it. We do actually get to see the phases of the moon there. It was a half moon there. Anyway, Kiwi, I have rambled enough. I have gotten distracted enough.
Goodbye, world.
Goodbye, Kiwi. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope it's helping you sleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you.
But can you vanquish me again?
Very easily. You just poke me in my sides and I squirm and scream and make weird sounds. Kiwi's scary and she has incredible grip strength. Okay, never mind. Bye, Kiwi. Sleep well.